Then later on we can. I have to register you here in my Zoom. But anyway, we're connected, and that's
We're connected.
what counts.
I gotta tell you something, Luis. You're a good-looking Brazilian man.
Well, thank you.
You've been in the United States for a long time because your accent's almost gone.
Well, 20 years.
Oh,
that must count for something, right?
Listen, I'm in my office and I don't have a lot of light, so it's not going to be the best video, and I'm still working, so I'm dirty and everything else. But I tell you what, I've already hit the record button, and when we get done with this, I will send you a copy of this recording back to you.
Okay. Well,
if it looks okay to you, I will use it as an attachment.
My only question about this, Ken, is that when I had that first initiative of calling new phone, I was afraid of not getting a job because people would think I'm crazy.
Well,
and I mentioned in some interviews, oh, I want to go to NASA, and I even had interviews to go to NASA. And when I mentioned I had encounters with UFO, man, they never call me back.
Yeah, well, things have changed a lot in the last 40 years, last 20 years especially. So those you don't necessarily have to worry about that too much. But
yeah, well, if you can reserve this between us, or you can. When I already retire here, but I'm still working. I need to make a lot of time to buy a new house.
What field of work are you in, Luis?
Well, project controls. You saw my resume. You saw my website, right?
No, I didn't. I saw it, but I didn't look at it.
You didn't look at it?
No, I was just trying to get us hooked up here. So I saw it, but I didn't look into it. I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand. And you had an experience when you were young.
Yeah.
And it's been on your mind all these years. So, and what you, as I remember correctly, you would like to pass on your experience to people's education and knowledge. Is that right, or is there?
Yeah, my idea is that before I die, I want to pass this experience to some nice people who want to benefit the world, not just a country, not just their company, because they could just, no, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to make a company, and I would like this to be, shared with nice people, not shared with terrorists and stuff. I want it to be shared with good people.
You do know that MUFON is a worldwide research organization, that our motto is the investigation of UFOs for the benefit of all mankind.
And that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want.
Why we exist.
And Ken, you, as I remember you, you guys invited me when I was in Denver.
Yeah, for symposium.
For the symposium there, and you look at the report I did. You said, "Oh, this is wonderful." And then I got that nice visit by the two men in black.
Yeah.
Then they forced me not to go there and to sign a paper saying that I would not reveal. But that's absurd. How can I be a threat to national security? That's completely insane.
They thought you were. They thought everybody who had any firsthand experience with extraterrestrials or with UFOs were a threat to national security. It was so important to them that they ruined many lives. They have killed many people just to keep the secret, and that has gone by the wayside. We don't think the Men in Black action, whatever that was, has not actually been used for maybe the last 15 years. So we don't see the Men in Black anymore.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah. Because
the pictures they made you sign, they weren't legal to begin with, and they're not legal now. So it's something you don't have to worry about anymore.
Well, I had to call my lawyer. I had to call the Even I got a guy who was a policeman near my house. And this guy, they wanted to take me to Nevada. There was a area 51, I
64.
guess. Yeah,
Area 51 or Area 64, one of the two is what
yeah,
it is.
64. They want to do a regression analysis. I don't mind, Ken, if I go to your place, to your company, and do to New Phone here in near Houston and do a regression. I don't mind. I
Yeah.
don't mind at all. I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But with
On the
people that I don't
regression
know,
thing, Luis, let me tell you about that. MUFON does not do regression therapy or hypnosis. We do vet and look at those who do it and recommend people in your area that can do you regressive hypnosis, people who are experienced with hypnotizing those who have had extraterrestrial experiences. Because not everybody that does QHHT hypnosis understands what people go through like you did. So, but we do have people in Texas that can do that, but they do it. That's their profession. That's what they do for a living. So there is they charge for that. So it's not free. We don't provide that.
how much?
Anywhere from $150 to $300.
Well, 150. That's okay for me. But
It just depends on where they are and who they are.
I just wanted the people make the right questions or
Right.
because they don't know what questions to do.
Now, on the other hand, if there's somebody doing some research and they find your testimony and your background to be of interest, they may come to you and say, would you be interested in participating in our study? And if you are, we will provide you with a regressive hypnosis if you want, and they'll pay for it. But that'd be the only way. But no, MUFON does not have we have lots of people in MUFON who are registered practitioners of the
Okay.
we don't have any.
Yeah, this price is not a big deal. Would you come here to the South Houston area to meet me, or we talk?
No, but I do have people in the area that can set up a meeting with you. But we have found over the last 2 years, especially since the COVID, that Skype and Zoom are almost as good as a face-to-face meeting. There are sometimes we have to do a face-to-face. If somebody who was like abducted yesterday, they have marks on their skin.
Well,
just come there right away.
this my experience was 50 years ago. I was going to do 18. Right. I'm right now. I'm about 71. So I'm.
You look good, buddy. You look good. So congratulations. You look great.
Well, yeah. See, I have some airport lanes.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same age you are. So
I love chocolate. You forgive me, but it's.
Oh, me too. I'm an addict of it. In fact, I'm out. I'll be eating with you.
I was doing this.
So tell me your story. What is it you want us to preserve and and archive for you that we can use in the future?
Right. So with that in mind, let's put it this way. I will not remember every detail because it's almost 51 years ago. But when I was about to make 18 years, 1 week before, on the, I wrote it there, on the 13th of June, 1970, I believe, it was, I guess it was a Friday or a Saturday. I don't remember, but it was a weekend. I picked a girl I was dating, and we went to a restaurant. I can show you here. It would be better if I show you the.
You know how to share screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen. Hold on. Hold your horses here. I'm going Google Map, and okay, and then I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna share screen here. Share screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Tell me when you can see my screen.
It says you're sharing, and there it is. There's your map of Houston.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to put it this way, Brazil. So we're gonna go to Rio, and here in Rio, say Recreio dos Bandeirantes here,
right?
And this is Barra da Tijuca. I used to live here in Ipanema, which is way over here. See, Leblon, Ipanema. I used to live here. But anyway, we picked the car, went all the way here, down here. There was a very nice restaurant called Bar dos Pescadores, which means a fisherman's wharf or something. Well, hold on. It's not, is here. See this point here? Praia do Recreio. I'm going to put it here. There should be still a building. Hold on. Yeah, see, there's this building here. And here it is.
Satellite.
Yeah, here it is. It was where it is written Peixaria do Ferro, it means fishermen's from the iron. This was a bar that they sell delicious steaks and all the people coming here today. And this was a long way. This is, I don't know if you can see the scale. I'm gonna put it here in a mile. This is a 1 kilometer. Let me see if and this today is full of buildings, right? Full of buildings. But there was none. There was just grass. There was just trees and grass. There was nothing here. Just this little bar in the end of everything here. And all of this, see this lagoon here?
Right.
It's called the lagoon of the Barra da Tijuca. And they had this little entrances here. See, it's not connected. It has water here. And people used to come in here to see the sky and the girls' most talented skills. And so this was very famous in Rio. People, and this had no buildings here. It was only grass, trees. It was 50 years ago, man. It had nothing. So I came in here when it was kind of midnight or I don't know, 12:30. I don't remember exactly. And then we came in here in one of these, and we were seeing the cantaloupes flowering or the color of the moon. And then after that pleasant encounter, then we tried to go back to Ipanema, which was all the way here. See, this is 2 kilometers. This is more than a mile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they put in miles. See, this is 2 miles. Do you see the scale?
Oh, yes.
How far? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So she used to live in here near the Christ.
Yeah.
So it was a long way. So we were in the car running. I was with. So I'm gonna hide this and go back here. I'm gonna stop sharing. So we went driving, and all of a sudden, man, the lights of the road, they went pitch black. They disappeared. And then 5 seconds later, the car lights, they disappeared. They went black as well. See, what the heck? And then I stepped on the brakes because I couldn't see nothing. The brakes work because the brakes are not electrical, they're hydraulic. Right. Well, I used, at that point in time, I had a Opala, a blue Opala, a Ford Opala. Here's a four-door sedan. I don't know if you remember. It's a load car. But it's a middle size. I step on the brakes work, and then I swerved to the right. And then I stopped. I'm going to share again. So I stopped like, I don't know exactly. It was on the right, and in one of those, it had a lot of trees on the left. I don't know if it was this one or this one, maybe this one. And then on the right, see, there's nothing, just a beach.
Yeah.
On the left, there's trees. There was no houses, no nothing there.
Yeah.
So we stopped here. I stopped here and asked the girl for a light. I didn't smoke, but she smoked. So, and I tried the car light. It didn't work because it was electrical. But she used to have the lighter. Said, I checked the gasoline far away. Wow, I have gas. I open up the the front door. I checked the cables. Oh, maybe it's a cable got loose. Nothing. The cables were perfect. There was no explanation whatsoever. The battery was running, so, and I had gasoline. So, see, what the heck? And all of this all at once. And before, when I went to the restaurant, the sky was beautiful, full of stars and the moon, a full moon, a big one, a big moon. And when we stopped, there was no stars, no moon, nothing, pitch black. See, where is that? How this can happen all of a sudden? Now is a storm coming? What a luck! And now I'm here in the middle of nowhere. I know what's going to happen. There's going to come a gang of bikers, and they're gonna kick the hell out of me. They're going to throw me there, maybe kill me, and they're going to rape you and take with them. Let's hide in the forest there. Let's hide there in the bushes and say, okay. And she came with me, and we were hiding there, and we went waiting and waiting. Nothing. No car passed, no biker passed, nothing. So, wow, what a bad luck. I'm really on a strike here. So, oh, mosquitoes. Oh, let's go back to the car because I can't handle this anymore. And we went back to the car. And then we locked the doors and started sleeping because we were waiting. There, nothing we could do. There was no radio, nothing worked. So we waited and I was sleeping. Then all of a sudden, we woke up with a bunch of lights in front of the car, like 10 or 8 lights. I don't remember. A bunch of lights, like the headlights of a car. You say, oh, okay. The bikers found us, and now we're in trouble. Let's try to get. I pick my wallet. I say, the guys want money, so. I came to the, hey guys, help us here. I can give you some money to get us to Ipanema or Leblon, to a place where we could pick a taxi. No, help us here. And the guys didn't reply. And you see, then I came closer. See, they're not listening. And there was those little, I thought they were kids, but when I come closer, no, these guys are not you. They had those eyes like this, big black eyes like this, but small. They're like here. I'm a 1.80 m, and they were like here. And they were talking a language I couldn't understand. And I speak 4 languages. See, what the heck? What are these people talking? I felt something very strange. Let's go back to the car. Let's lock the doors and stay there. Man, I didn't have a gun, because if I had a gun, I would have shoot. I didn't have a gun. Then we locked the car, and then we went back to the car. They went after us. And they were trying to open the doors. And the girl was yelling, yeah! She was scared to hell. And Opala had these locks. They had a pin, and we have to press the pin to lock the doors. And all of a sudden came a big guy. No, before that, they managed to open to push the pins up, and I grabbed the door and locked it back. And they opened her door, say push it back, and she pushed it back. And then we took pull there, pull here, and then came a big guy. Was looking like them, but it was much bigger. This was an exception. I don't know. But then he forced my door open, and I went there, and I had to put the feet to lock and then they opened her door, and they took her outside. I said, my God, and she started yelling. I grabbed her leg, because she was already, but I couldn't hold her. And then they grabbed my leg and pushed me outside. And then they stunned me. They had a stunt gun, and then I say, paralyzed there. They put me on a stretch or something, and they started carrying me to their disc. And I looked at her, and her eyes like that. I say, are you okay? Are you hurt? And I said, no. no. And then they carry us inside of this small disc. They had a door that was inclined. I went up. They put me there, and on the ground there were some. Is a it was round. This disc was round, and they had some windows. I could see. It was transparent. I don't know if it was glass or plastic. I don't know what it was, but I could see the ground, and then they went up. They went up. Then I could see my car down there. Then I could see my car. Then I could see the lagoon, and then I could see entire Rio from up there. So we're damn high here. And then we were up, going up, up, and then we came in orbit. I could see the curvature of the planet. Well, not everything, but I could see that it was round.
Mm-hmm.
My God! And then they went to this spaceship. Was I told you was enormous. Was miles long, miles. I don't know how many miles. Maybe 5 miles. I don't know, even more.
Actually, 7 miles long, Luis.
Maybe 7. I don't remember. Maybe 10. I don't know.
As far as we know, there for most reports are that ship, that mothership was 7 miles long and about 1 mile wide.
Yeah, it was about 1 mile wide, and it was not circular. It was like stretched like this, but it was not a perfect. It was not pointed. It was kind of how you say it? Something not like a bottle, but
oblong.
Oblong. I don't know.
Or round.
Yeah, it was not round. It was something stretched like this and round in the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. For 7 miles, maybe it was even more. But anyway, they took me there. There were several discs in their hatches or something. Enter there, and they took me to an infirmary or a lab room, or what was a room with equipment, and they attached into me. It was stretched. They put me on the table, and they start taking hair, blood, skin, parts of skin, not too big, but a little bit, any heart. So the examine the eyes, the speech, the tongue, examine everything that they could. And then I look at her. They were doing the same with her. Just for the sake of the argument, I don't remember this girl name. Her mother, I guess I told her mother never let me see her again.
Yeah, I remember the first time you and I talked, you told me that her mother never let you see her again.
Yeah, well, we're going to get there. But anyway, let's say that it was Marcia. I don't remember her name. I don't remember at this point. I was trying to find a friend of mine to tell her. I would like to know how she's doing. She had any problems afterward. But anyway, came a lady from their ship and masturbated me to get the semen, and she told me somehow, oh, your son are going to populate many planets. I say, what? And I don't know how I understand what she's talking. They put something in my ear, and I couldn't understand what she was talking. Then I say, well, now they're going to kill me. They got everything from me. What they're going to do now? They're going to kill me so I don't say nothing to anybody. I say, my God. Then I pray to God, God, give me an inspiration. What I have to do is say, be nice, Luis. Love and kindness are in all the universe. So, okay, be nice. Okay. And then I put my hand on her face. May God bless you. May God protect you. May God protect your family. May you be very happy in your life with your husband and your sons. And may you find a good job. May you have a nice trip to where you're going. And then all of a sudden, her eyes were like this. And she talked. I was facing this way, like this way. And she talked to guys that were in my back. I couldn't see them before. And she said something to the guys in this language I didn't understand. And they replied to her. And then she talked to them, and they talked to her, and they talked. And then I looked back and I saw two tall guys that were blonde, had a very straight hair. As I told you, they look like the guys from the Lord of the Rings, those that looks like Vikings. They were kind of I don't know how to describe them other than um, how can I say
Yeah, we call those the Nordics because
Nordic? Yes, exactly. Like Norwegian people, they look exactly like that, but very pale skin, like white.
very
But
pale.
but they look exactly like us. But they were, man, I'm 6 feet tall. They were this taller, like one arm taller than me. I had to look like this to look at their eyes. Man, you got scared, but they didn't attack me. They weren't rude. They were very nice. And then the guy said, "Come here." I said, "No, I'm not gonna go there." I was afraid of them. Well, they were so big. What these guys want with me? And then came the little guys again. I said, "Okay, okay, okay. Don't need to do this stuff." And they pushed me by the hands with the girl and close to them. And then she again talked to them, and they talked to us. And then they put something like something in my ear. Uh, it was a ear plug or something. And then I started understanding their language. It was a translator or something like this. But then I couldn't understand. And they say, what is your name? And I told them, you're a very unusual human being. I say, I'm unusual? Why? I'm a normal guy. No, the people who came in here, they were so afraid they attack us. They attack the people who were with them. They tried to punch them. They tried to hit them with instruments, and you haven't done nothing like this. You haven't attacked this girl. You wish her good. You were wishing her good, right? Yes, I was. Oh, nobody ever did this to us. This is the first time. Say, it's the first time? Yeah, this is the first time a human being has treated us nice. You say, wow, then I'm unusual. What can I say? And then the guy started talking to me. Where do you live? What do you want to do? And do you plan to have a family? And things like that. And then they start asking, uh, and then I asked them, what have you done? Why have you done this? Oh, because we need to collect samples to see of the people, because we need to expand our race, and we like human beings when they are born, because they can understand our language when we teach them, and then can go with us to our other planets and work with us. Well, it would be work for them, of course. But I don't, from their behavior, I don't think they were going to be slaves. They were going to be just, they were the bosses and they were the employees. They would receive houses or some benefits. But anyway, that's what he told me. And they say, but what happened with your planet? Why are you trying to go to others? Well, our planet was invaded, and we entered into a war with another race, and we ended up destroying the planet. Now today it's full of radiation. As you can, we're gonna show you the radiation, and we brought the people that we could save to spaceship, not spaceships, city ships around the planet. And see, really, yeah. And we want to reallocate those people to planets that can support life for us. They have to have the right size, the right gravity. They need to have water. And we discover that we're traveling through the galaxies, but water is extremely difficult to find. Oh, really? Water? We have water anyway. Yeah, you have it in your planet, but other planets don't have. And we only find 8 planets. They say 8 planets that they had water, and they have the oxygen and the right size. Because if it was too big, they would feel crushed with the gravity. So they wanted a medium to small planet with water and oxygen to reallocate their people. So they said they had 8 spaceships. And then later we're going to talk about that. But the spaceships that I figured out, and then they press a button or somewhere, and they had these windows, and a couple of windows became screens, and they show me in those screens how was their planet when they had left. And then, man, the surface of the planet was, you know, when you see something radiative, like full of dots, like yellow, red, blue, and green, and those lights coming out, and around the planet there were these city ships that were so big, but so not 7 miles. They were like 200 miles long. But there was 7 of them. That I counted. Maybe there were more, but they told me there were 7. And man, I figured that 7 miles long. No, like 200 miles long. They were. I couldn't. I'm just guessing because they show me in the screen and from the screen side, because I don't know the size of their planet. So I don't have a way of comparing. I just have to wait to compare with what I saw and appear to be enormous. They told me they're more than 200 miles long, more than 200 miles long. So, and then they have several floors, and people are put in stasis in little chambers, one at the side of the other. I told you that they were breathing like 1 time each minute. So you can get old too fast, like breathing 1 time each minute. But anyway, I figured they could have how many millions? I don't know, 7 times each one of those. If that ship had 5 floors, if the spaceships had 10 floors, let's suppose, I don't know, 7 times. Each ship should have like I don't know, it's a guess. 5 million, 7 million. 7 times 7 is 49 million people. It's not something that you'll find in the corner. Like space for 49 million people. Wow, it's a lot of people. So they would have to spread this over, I believe, more than 1 planet. But anyway, I don't know where on Earth, except for the Amazon and Africa, they had space for this. And so past this, they show me this on the screen. They say, if Earth doesn't control their aggressive behavior, one nation, they're going to become like this, like our planet. They're going to destroy the planet. And we're going to try to prevent this from happening. So I'm going to tell you in the truth, they said they had bases here. They had 2 or 3 bases. They had 2. When they talked to me, they were installing another one. They had one. They had one in near Peru, in South America, on the Andes, and one near Roraima, near Venezuela, and they had another one in Asia, near the Himalayas. They had another base in there. Well, I have to show you on the map, but let me talk more, and I'll show you on the map later. So they had these bases, and they were avoiding people because we tried to kill them several times. So they go into caves, and then when they go out, they go near a forest so they can't be seen. They put like shades there. They don't become invisible, but they try to protect them from being seen. They're very try to be very elusive. I don't know how. I haven't seen those scapes to see how they work. But anyway, maybe they should match with the background. Something like this screen that we're seeing. I don't know, but I figured out. Well, I've heard that CIA have some of those that they're using. So maybe there's something to do with this. I don't know. They're the same kind, but anyway, uh, I talked to them, and then they said, "You want to take a look at how we're living here?" I say, "Yeah, yeah, of course." They took me. They went. There were the two tall ones, and there was the little ones. They came a couple of them. Maybe they used them to force me to do stuff, but they never touched me. They never touched me. So they went with me. We passed through a park. Inside of them, of the ship, there was a park. There was something that looked like grass, and there was little animals, like, I don't know, they look like birds and butterflies with multicolored. And there was the little kids jumping around with the women, and not so many, just let's say 7 or 10 of them. And there was a creek inside. No, it was round because they couldn't lose the water. They don't have water, so it was going in a round fashion, not perfectly round, but it was circular. Anyway, they didn't lose that water. Anyway, they had this park so their children could play. And after the park, they had a kind of a zoo. A zoo. They went into the planets, and in each planet, they had captured the species that they thought that deserved to be studied, so they could get along with them. Say, oh, we're gonna make a base on this region here. So I see these animals here. The only ones I feel threatened are the bear. They had a big bear, but a bear that doesn't look like from Mars. They had a bear that the head of the animal touched the floor, the ceiling. So, and they had two, a male, female, and sometimes a little, not a baby, infant with them. And they had bears, they had mantas, the insect, the
Mhm.
insect. They had a big one like this tall, this tall, and they said they were very dangerous. And they had a bunch of animals, snakes that had lips, snakes with lips. They came from another planet, of course. They had a big lizard, a big reptile. He didn't touch the ceiling, but it was much taller than me, like this. And his skin was full of scales, and he didn't have ears. The nose were smashed like this, and the the mouth like this, and the eyes. Well, I saw the other day a picture. A guy made a drawing, and it looked exactly. I'm gonna show you later. Exactly like them. And they had the arms were so thick, so strong. Man, it was double my. I'm not. I used to swim a lot, more than 15 years. I was Brazilian champ in swimming, and the guys were very strong. And they were telepathic. They didn't speak. They talked to you in your head. And the guy was walking with me. I don't remember his name. I would have to do a regression, as I told you. Let's say his name was Paul. It was not Paul, but let's suppose. I, I talked to Paul, and Paul, the guy's talking in my head, say, no, these are very dangerous animals. They've attacked our planet, and it was because of their race that we destroy our planet. They have big guns. They have weapons that destroy thousands of beings. So they go in your head and tell you to do things that you don't want to do. And they try to convince you. And the lizard were talking to me, press that button. These guys are gonna kill you. I'm gonna save you. Press the red button there. Press the red button on the wall. And say, don't do this. Don't do. I say, oh, okay. And these animals were in cages where the bars were not with iron. They were with energy. They were energy bars. They didn't have iron, so they used energy bars. There was no a single piece of iron in the ship. In the ship, they didn't have iron. Maybe because, well, I'm going to tell this later. Their motor used geomagnetic nuclear propulsion. But anyway, there were other animals in there. They were like jaguars. They were small elephants inside of a spaceship. If you can imagine that. But it was enormous. So, and they were in big cages. Anyway, I passed the zoo, and they had a place where they put the people sleeping, like in 5 floors. One one bed. It was not a bed. It was a chamber that they put one at the side of the other. They were in stasis there. You could see them, and they were one at the side of the other, the side of the other. For all the stretch of the width of the spaceship, like 1 mile, and then 5 floors, one after the other, after the other, after the other, for 2 miles long. 2 miles, or I don't remember exactly. It was 50 years ago. Anyway, maybe it was more than 2 miles. But I walk in there. I remember walking there for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I was not with a watch, of course, but I, from what I remember, took me some time to pass through this beds. It was not beds. It was chambers. I don't know, capsules. I don't know how you can call them. The people were sleeping there, and then after that, we came to a section. They were where the people who navigate the ship were sleeping. There were few of them, like seven or nine, 7 or 9 for the whole ship, if you can imagine. Everything was automatic, done by robots or systems, computer systems. So, and then after this part of the ship quarter or the crew quarters, and then they have the motor. Well, they have the storage room, they had a kitchen, and then they have the motor. The motors were kind of going like this. They were not like this. The switch, the movement from this, it switch. It was not a perfect. It was not like a static. It was not. It was dynamic. It was a dynamic rotation. It was doing like this. And this motor, it had a very bright light, and I had to stay away from it. The guy said they forced me to stay away like 100 meters. And this was a nuclear propulsion. Was a geomagnetic propulsion impelled by nuclear reaction. And they told me that the human being would control this one day. One day the man is going to control the geomagnetic impulse through nuclear reaction. I don't know how it's done, but I believe the scientists on Earth can benefit if they try to research this. We can really benefit mankind if we use those motors, because they propel the ship using the planet's gravitational field. They don't use fuel. They don't have fuel. You don't have to put anything on them, gasoline or electricity. They're attracted. They're attracted by the planet, and they use these forces to go like this from planet to planet. So, and of course, they accelerate very slowly. I don't know. And then after this part of the motor, they had a weapons room. A weapons room. Their weapons room was the weapons were kind of funny, and they were only energy weapons. if you can understand me, they had only, was not stunt guns, it was energy weapons, big, big weapons. And they said they could vaporize an island, something big in the planet's surface. So I don't think this mankind would benefit from this, but it's better than blast something, leave it radioactive. Use energy, you're not gonna leave the planet, you know, completely ruined. But after that, they had the tripulation where the guys who were in the ship used to navigate. There were 5 guys, and there was a room in the front with many windows, and the guy sitting there looking at the computers, looking at the screens. And he told me, we're going, and he showed me there in the window, we're going to that galaxy, that planet. We put the ship towards there, the computers take over, and we go to sleep. When we arrive there, the computer wake us up, and we wake up and we're there. That's how we arrived here. And as we go, he told me that he used to travel faster than light. I say, faster than light? It's not possible. I'm an engineer, and light is no, it is not. You can go faster than light. I say, what the heck? I don't know. That's the other thing, and I think our physicists should study this, because if this is really true, then mankind could do things that he never imagined we could be able. And that's how they travel in time. They say they travel in space and time. So not only in distance, but in time as well. They could go forward or backwards. They could go to the future and to the past.
Amazing.
It's crazy. So, and then after that, he say, you're a very nice guy. You want to stay here with us? Say, oh no, I'm sorry. I have my family. I have my friends. I like my parents, my family, and I have this girlfriend. I have to go back, and she also have this problem. Can you send us back, please? Are you sure? And then he said, we have people here from Earth, and he called me, called people there. I talked to 5 human beings there, 5 persons. There were 3 guys and 2 girls. Well, 2 women and 3 guys. And they say, since when you're here? Oh, and the guys were hundreds of years old from what they told me. One of them arrived in Brazil, was discovered like 500 years ago. So another one came when the World War II was finishing. The guy went to a mountain and picked them up. They thought that mankind would destroy themselves, and they picked one of the survivors. They had 2 guys from World War II time. See, what the heck? So you living here and you don't get old? No. They told me that time passes inside of the ship. It passes differently. You sleep very slowly, and then when you wake up, it looks like it is yesterday. But many, many, many years, hundreds of years have passed. Say, yeah? Say, yes. And really? What about the food? Did you change the way you eat? Say, no, we eat the same things we used to eat. They carry this. So I imagine, because these white guys there, and they told me they came from the Pleiades. Is a constellation. I don't know. There was their planet stayed there, and these other guys were their races were called the Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Yes, I have to go back to do a regression to remember perfectly. But anyway, I felt amazed by And the guy, see, you can't stay with us, and you brought your girlfriends, you can't stay with us and have children on another planet. I said, no, but I like Earth. I like to be on planet Earth. Don't take me out of here. No, we won't take you. We won't. And then we're gonna send you back. Okay. And then, can you give me something to remember you or have people talking to us? Well, I can't give you nothing because people were after us to kill us, but we're gonna give. And then they made an implant in me. They put a little uh, iron screw in my on the back of my head. But then after some time, I got so many nightmares. Uh, They said the people are going to contact. I had nightmares almost every day. I had nightmares almost every day. I thought they were coming through the window, and I thought they once took me to their ship to talk about them, how Earth was doing. Maybe it was true. I don't. I was sleeping. I wake up with just looking at it. What was on the seventh floor? On the seventh floor of the building, the guys took me to a ramp and put me inside of the. What the heck? I want to go back. No, you got to tell us this. I said, okay. And then I went back and said, and then I asked this dentist to take it off, and he took me. I stay with it and put it somewhere. It is maybe it's somewhere in here. But I stayed with him many years, but I'm here in the US for 20 years. I was in Colorado, I went to California, and then I went to Virginia. I went to California again, and now I'm in Texas. So I is one of these luggages. I don't know where it is. But anyway, I went, they took me down, me and this girl. And when I got there, the little guys went into the disc again, went up, and they said, we'll be in touch. I said, okay, right. And the girls then started yelling, eye, my eye, my eye, my eye, my eye, my eye. And then I said, hold on, hold on, hold on. And then I look at her eye, the black pupil was kind of dropped. It kind of, it was, instead of being circular, it was vertical. It looked like a bar. I said, man, I got to take her to a hospital. And then I took her to Miguel Cotto Hospital, close to Ipanema. And then I took her there, and then the doctor examined her. Well, this is only can be done by a punch or then by a very bright light. Say, I didn't punch her. No way. No way. Oh, you sure? Then they talked to her, and she told him, no, she haven't done nothing to me. Nothing that she didn't hit my eye. No, it was these aliens. Aliens? No, I don't believe you. Say, well, yes, and I told the guys the same. They call the police. The police make a bulletin of occurrence, a BO. So, and it's there in Ipanema. I don't know if they have it until today, but I had a copy before. And then came the mother of this girl. They called the mother. And she went mad at me and said, I didn't do nothing to her. And man, my friends on the next day started laughing at me, making jokes, Luis crazy. So I'm not crazy, and I'm telling you the truth. But when people see a reality that is so different, so out of the ordinary, so I think it's logical. What I told you is logical. It doesn't. I didn't told you any magic. I didn't tell you they grew from the trees. No, what I told you, I guess it makes sense because, well, it was true. So, but then from 50 years ago to here, I've read some other stories that, well, no one looked like mine because mine took hours. I stayed hours inside of that ship. And when I came, it was 6 in the morning. We were 2:30 or 2 at night when we were captured. And then we came back to the hospital at 6 in the morning. So that's 4 hours. Suppose that I spend an hour driving back and an hour driving forward. Well, it's still 3 hours. Well, anyway, it's a very relevant period of time. Maybe I have talked to them much more stuff, but I can't remember right now. Maybe if I do a regression or talk to you more, I can remember more. but I'm being sincere. And I reported this on UFO, and the guys from NSA or CIA or whatever that came to my house to threaten me, to take me to Area 51. They said they check everything. They check with the police records. They check with the Air Force, Brazilian Air Force, and everything checked. Everything was all right. They checked with the police, with the hospital. They checked, and everything was right. So I think that if you guys are going to check, you're going to find these records. But anyway, these people, these Pleiadians, they're not very aggressive. Well, they were not very very peaceful because they forced me to do something that I didn't want to do. They didn't invite me to their spaceship. They forced me. They stumped me. They took out pieces of my body. So they're not so peaceful. They're not so angelical as some people put it there. They're not angelical. They're not. They're not. I believe they can take out our planet if they want to. But they haven't done this. And they have other planets to go. So why they're going to erase our civilization? They say they're going to try to preserve our planet so we don't destroy it. So maybe from these places, they have one in Asia, near the Himalayas. They have another one in the Andes, very tall places. And they said they are in caves, so they're not in contact with people. They avoid people. Maybe Indians know where they are. I've heard some tales that Indians, Brazilian Indians, know where they are. But anyway, I don't think these people are very peaceful. I think we should be careful with them. I think these reptiles are very nasty. And I've heard stories, you must have heard also, that the New World Order is controlled by them. Well, that may be true. I don't know if they go to rooms where their people can enter into their minds and make them do things that they don't want to do. Well, that may be true. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to tell us if that's true or not. But maybe it's true. I'm telling that I don't know. I'm not going crazy. But I think that is not impossible. Do you think that is impossible?
It is very possible.
Yeah, so this is Mr. Ken from UFON telling that it's very possible. So I think it's possible also. And I think these Pleiadians are still fighting these reptilians. So if we treat them nice, they're going to help us to defeat these people. Because the New World Order doesn't want anything good for the planet. They want to diminish the population. How they're going to do that? Vaccines, wars, pollution, fires. They're polluting the atmosphere with a bunch of fires lately, right? So what good comes from that? Nothing. And these fires are legitimate. They're natural. They don't look natural to me. They look natural to you, Ken?
No.
They don't. To me, and maybe they're not polluting only the air. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know, Ken, if these people are really people. Well, then I'm going crazy now. I don't want to go in there. But I guess I told you the main story. And I think that we should investigate these clues to find a way to.
When you finish your story, I have some questions for you, but I want you to finish your story.
Shoot, it's done.
Okay. You said that you reported this incident to MUFON at one time. You remember what year that was? How long ago?
I can try to discover it because I put it in my. Hold on. Hold your horses. I can come in here. I'm gonna go to my resume, and I can find when I graduated, when my wife. Oh, I can ask my wife.
So it would have been about 1971, 1972.
Hold on. I had. Hold on. I'm good. I'm up. Quando é que eu migrado? Quando é que você foi para o Brasil? Não, não, não. Antes disso. Quando a sua mãe estava morrendo. Quando foi? 2006?
2004, a gente chegou aqui.
2004? 2004. My wife is telling 2004. Let me see what I was doing in 2004. Hold on. I'm going my resume here. I'm gonna go on my resume too. I'm gonna tell you the exact date here. Hold on. I'm trying to find it here. 2004. No, amor. I was in Jacobs in 2007. Must be in a Lutic, 2005 to 2006. Yeah. No, but I had already finished my master, my MBA. I finished my first MBA in 2006, amor. 2000, gotta be 2006 or 2007. Gotta be 2006 or 2007. I had already finished my MBA.
And did you say earlier that after you reported it to MUFON, these men in black type people came to visit you?
Well, after I reported, my report, what was the date of my report? I sent it to you, right?
You did, but I don't have it in front of me.
Let me try to find here. My mouse is, I can show it in my screen. I can share my screen, and I don't have nothing to hide, man. Maybe I should, but maybe I should hide. But
we don't do anything crazy with your property. It's your property.
Is it minimized? Let me do share. No, but the bad people can do, I don't know if these bad people. Let me try to find here the when I sent you the report was. Oh, I have to go to. Hold on.
It's a good picture of Rio.
For Albanies, and then go to new phone here. Part 2. Here it is. 2018 was reported.
Okay, let's see.
2018.
I'm looking for a case number, Luis.
But the first one, this was not the first one.
Well, that's Newfork's case.
Well, the first one was on a different date. The first one was in 2003. See here, 2003? The first one was in 2003. And then I made a second report. This one here, I was 20 years younger than I am. I was 50 years old. I was trying to get a job. So I said, I'm not going to show everything because people are not going to, I wouldn't be able to find a job.
No, especially back in, not so much in 2003, but in the 1970s and 1980s, it would have kept you from getting a job.
Well, today, my friend, I told this why I was making an interview for NASA. And the woman, you saw a UFO? You believe in UFO? So, of course, I was inside of one. And then, oh, really? And then.
we call that white NASA. There's white NASA and black NASA.
Well,
if you interview with black NASA, you'd be working for them. So
I don't know if people in NASA tell the truth to the people that work there.
Yeah. No, they don't.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Now you explain.
So after the experience with the young lady down in Brazil, in Rio, when you were just in high school, did you have any more experiences like that?
No.
That was your one and only experience?
But the only one. And that was enough.
Yes.
I didn't want to have another.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what I know at this point. And first of all, I want to tell you this is a very, very interesting interview, and I'm glad you let me record it because I hope you will share this with other people, because there are other people that have gone through your experience and they think the same thing you did. I'm not going to tell this to anybody because they'll think I'm crazy, and they would very much like to see a very accomplished, educated man come forward and tell them of the same experience. And if I can share it with others, it would probably mean a lot to them.
That's okay. You know, I have 4 masters.
Yes,
I'm
I
an
picked
engineer
that
with
up.
4 masters and
Picked that up.
35 years of experience.
Yeah, and but the fact that you were picked up as a young man, and they took you to the examination area on the mothership, and the scenario that you went through was not unusual by any means. It happens over and over and over.
Oh, really?
You are not by yourself by a long shot. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people have gone through what you just witnessed to me.
But why? Well, I imagine they need a lot of people, but I imagine they would travel away. They're still here. I can't
They're
believe.
here. They're here. In fact, the Palladians, which I think that's who took you, was the Palladians.
Yeah, they did. They said they were the Pleiadians.
They are one of our benefactor races. So we have a number of
Oh,
races.
I gotta tell you something.
Go ahead.
I remember now something. They told me that when they first came to Earth, they were new to Earth. They were attacked, so they're trying to avoid people. So they usually go down after that, in forests, or in deserts, or in the top of mountains. Yes, in top of mountains. Have you by any chance gone to the Middle East? As I showed them in the map. Oh yeah, we went there. We went to Asia, and we went to Peru. And say, oh, what a coincidence! All the 3 places where people say they met God. He said, did you talk to somebody? Yes, we talked to people there, and we were trying to teach them that they should be nice. They should not kill each other. They should help each other. That God is in all universe. That God doesn't want you to kill each other. That you must help each other. That you must tell the truth. That you must guide people to the light, not to the shadows, and do things that exterminate, that damage your body, that damage your kids. You should be very protectful of the kids and of your wives. And so that's exactly the message of the First Testament, of the guys in the Himalayas tell to the Indians there, to the guys in Peru tell to the guys that came from Aztecs. Exactly the same message. Ken, it was them.
Yes.
It was them. It was no angel. The angel that came from the space was them.
Now, and we call them the Anunnaki.
The what?
The Anunnaki is who those people were. That
Anunnaki. Well, I heard about the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki is not exactly the Anunnaki was not the reptilians.
No, they were not reptilians. They were Syrians.
Well, I need to
Cousins of the
that
Pleiadians.
regression. I need to do that regression when you come here to visit me, because my memory after 50 years, man.
But your story is very familiar, and you're not the first one. And they give the same story to everybody. They apparently became infatuated with you because, like they told you, most of us are so aggressive that the reason they zapped you when they picked you up is to immobilize you because they're afraid you're going to hurt them.
Yeah, they thought that was going to attack them.
Yeah. And then when they found out that you had a mild temperament and a good heart, they let you roam the ship, took you on a tour, and that doesn't happen very often. It does happen to those who want to cooperate, and apparently they did that, and they offered for you to stay with them because they like you so much. But they do come here. They take our people on a regular basis. They take them up to their ship, or they take them to a scout ship, put you through an examination. They took a sample of your DNA.
But they don't take them on the mothership?
Some of your, they also took from you some of your genetic material, but because that is a very prized commodity in the cosmos, our DNA is so young and so pure that they can do what they did to you, and
You know what? You know what, Ken? I believe they cannot reproduce themselves. I believe
no,
that.
they can't. The little gray fellas,
I don't know. I'm not sure.
well, the
But,
little gray
but the
fellas that
woman,
you,
huh?
the little gray ones that were about a meter high,
Well, these
okay,
days,
those are not sentient beings. They're like androids, for lack of a better term. But
well, they
the
were.
other ones that you saw,
Well, they talk to each other. They would behave like like beings, like
yeah,
animals. But
we believe the taller gray ones that you witnessed there on the ship were once like the Palladians. They were human in nature. They and look, and then when the Draconians,
I just saw two tall ones, two tall grays. All the others were short, very short.
yeah, there's usually three of the little short ones with one of the tall ones as what we think. So, but they were forced underground millions of years ago by the wars that they told you about, and they were underground so long that they actually morphed into the.
I'm gonna interrupt you again. See, when you talk, sometimes these flashes they came back to my memory. They talk that human beings. I guess I told you, we had a civilization before when they came here before, and we destroyed the civilization. There was a big war, and we destroy everything, all the cities, everything. And they said they even we we damaged one entire continent. That we had weapons that we destroyed. They were afraid that we would destroy the planet. They said there was this huge world war, and so Earth was almost destroyed before. And then I keep hearing this. Well, Earth was had this lost civilization. I believe this is true.
It very well could be because
I believe this is true.
some researchers believe that when that race came to Earth, they were outrunning the Draconians who were chasing them in this war, and the Draconians finally caught up with them on Earth and had that big
That
battle.
could be. That could be.
Virtually destroyed the planet, so they escaped and went to the Pleiades, where they still remain to this day.
Oh, you believe they were fighting with each other, not us?
With these reptilians, yes. No,
I don't know.
They were here. They established
If I do the regression, maybe I can remember.
now, if you get some regression, and because they try to tell us their entire history, so you can pass that on to others on Earth, so we can learn from their mistakes. And that's what they're trying to do. So they are using people like you as messengers to the rest of us. Unfortunately, the government won't let you send the message out. But when you have people like Luzon, Norfolk, and some of these other organizations that are willing to push this information out, we're hoping we can enlighten some of the other people on the planet to what's going on.
Well, they cannot discredit me. They cannot discredit me so easily because I have 4 masters. I have 35 years of experience. So I'm not anyone. I'm a very credible person by dozens of corporations.
Yes.
Very large ones.
And that's why I would like for you to let me share your video with others because of your credentials. And I mean, no one's going to say that Luis is.
Yeah, just send me a letter because if the bad guys show up.
No, you can put that behind me.
Here it is. Here.
Bad guys aren't going to show up anymore. That's not going to happen anymore. That's gone.
I don't know.
Yeah, we are hoping that very, very soon that a lot of this will come out and more will be divulged, soon, but not yet. We're very hopeful that we're going to get some more meaningful disclosure over the next year or two. So, what you experienced as a young man was not unusual, especially during that time frame, but it's still going on. And I'm glad you came out of it with a healthy ego and a healthy mental state, because a lot of people come out of that can't handle it, and it affects them for the rest of their life, and not in a good way. In your case, I think it affected you, and everything worked out well for you. So,
Well, I would like to speak with other people that had these experiences, because most people I've talked with, or they say, or they think I'm crazy, I'm cuckoo. So I would like to talk to somebody, to have a dialogue. I never had a dialogue.
You'd be surprised if somebody else tries to contact you from us wanting to know more about your story. So if I share this with other people through our network, it's very possible some other researcher may want to know some more information. So if you don't want to talk to them, say, no, I don't want to talk to you, and they'll go away. But yeah, you have a very interesting story, and we may be back in touch with you sooner than you think for some more information. So,
well, if you need to check everything, I don't have nothing to hide. It's all there.
Yeah, well, we sure have it, and I want to thank you for. And I'm sorry I was late getting on, but I think I mentioned to you the first time we visited about 6 months ago that we had just lost our house in a fire.
A penalty for you, 2 push-ups.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll give you 5. How about that? I'll give you 5. But it keeps me so busy trying to get the house rebuilt that I simply forgot that we had.
And I'm sorry this happened to you.
But I do very much appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. To me, I enjoyed it extremely.
I'm sorry it took all this time.
Great story, and I can't wait to share your story with others, especially those who have gone through what you went through. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm signing out. As soon as this comes back, I will send it to you into your email so you can have this recording.
Send me a letter so I show to the bad guy.
I'll send you a letter, okay? I put it in an email to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
for your time, and thanks for letting me share your story with us.
Thank you, Mr. Ken.
Thank you, sir. Good night. Bye-bye.